Now we all been up late at night, bored as hell, nothing to do, no girl to talk to. We all have had those moments. And in those moments, you start thinking of ways to fulfill your boredom. Well, because playing the game sometimes might not be good enough, or watching some TikToks might not be good enough. You start thinking of doing some things that are, excuse me, unholy. Like example, watching corn. Yeah, you might resort to doing something like that. And when it comes to those temptations, in reality, you're only doing it because you're bored, not because you're in the moment, not because you feel like you need to do it. You're really just bored. That's with anything, like, when it comes to drinking, smoking, you know, doing things like getting in trouble. Most of the things we do is because we're bored, especially things that are sinful. And, I've learned that over the years, because I ain't gonna lie, I was introduced to corn at a very young age. I'm talking about like, I would say like in middle school, sixth grade. And, I'll never forget dude's name, but I ain't gonna name drop in here. But he was a light skinned dude. And I'll never forget, bro. The nigga literally walked up to me, right? Because we was cool or whatever. I didn't know nothing about the corn. I didn't know he was moving like that. It was in science class. And he told me to look up something devious. I know exactly what it is, too, because, I just don't want to get flagged on here. But he told me to look some shit up like that. And next thing I know, I scrolled to the images, and all I seen was butterball, booty naked, oiled up white women with bunnies on top of their heads, with the bunny ears on top of their heads and shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, when you a kid, you really don't understand what's going on, but you kind of do. And it's like, you so intrigued to figure out what the whole thing is about. So when I got home, I did the research, and I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, damn, this shit, what is this? Whole time, that was I was setting myself for straight disaster. And, people who get introduced to stuff like that, if they get addicted, it's so hard to get off that shit, bro. Because you got to realize, like, obviously we human, we got testosterone, we got estrogen flowing through our body. So, we want to have some release. We want to be able to get that energy going to something. And the feeling of releasing is just so good. And that dopamine, you want to keep doing it over and over and over and over, not realizing like the shit you're doing is really taking your soul. The shit you're doing is really meaningless. It's just temporary. And the post clarity of it is just, damn, I feel disgusted. Now you got to wipe the shit up off your floor, or the stuff off your bed sheet covers. Now your parents wondering why you just washed your covers when you just washed them literally 2 days ago. And, it's just that feeling of disgust and disappointment. And, it happens at night, man. And recently I've been trying to go to sleep early because I found myself staying up for a long period of time. Not even like just staying up just so I could do that, but I'm just saying in general, like staying up playing the game, especially games that I don't really enjoy, when I could just be going to sleep, getting some rest, getting my body ready for the next day, waking up in the morning, actually being blessed with the gift that God has gave us, which is life. And that's really the beauty of waking up in the morning, man. Just being able to, first of all, for me personally, being able to be up before everybody, it just feels good. I ain't gonna lie, it just feels accomplished. It just feels like an accomplishment that, I was able to, get up and get my day started on the right track, you feel me? Because nothing is worse than waking up in the afternoon, 1 o'clock p.m. because you stayed up all night playing video games and shit. And, I ain't gonna lie, I was doing that shit. A nigga like me, I was doing that shit. Sometimes I used to stay up till 6 in the morning, playing video games religiously. But it's just now as I'm getting older and I kind of prioritize my rest and my sleep a lot and my health, I really don't want to do that shit no more. And going to sleep early, when I was on the corn at the time, I ain't gonna lie. The reason why, the only times I was really on it was around 1 p.m., 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. sometimes. And we all had, and we're not going to sit up here and act like everybody that's out here is just perfect. Like, we've all had scenarios where we caught ourselves on that website, on that type of stuff for more than 2 hours. Like, We was trying to find the right video, and we sitting up there just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Now we on page 600, and next thing you know, it's been 3 hours, and we're like, damn, nigga, my shit been on rock hard, soft, medium, like, and all of a sudden now your shit just turning gummy. Like, it don't even want to get up no more because you just want to, your shit just want to go to sleep, get some rest. But we all had those moments, and those moments happen late at night, bro. And that's where sin lives, bro. And I try to stray away from that shit, man. Not try to. I am straying away from that shit. This is, people don't realize, like, the stuff that's normalized now is just, it's kind of odd, like corn should not be normalized. Like, and me and my homeboy was talking about this shit too. Like on Instagram, bro, there was a time period where, and it ain't even got to be just corn. It could just be like vulgar, gory shit. Like stuff like that is so like in your face now. Like there's literally people. And first of all, if your explore page is like that, first of all, nigga, you going too much. But second of all, if there is the thing is like that shouldn't even be on the Instagram. That shouldn't even be on TikTok. And it's on Instagram more because it's like, that's where all the models and all that shit, like people try to paint their image to be so perfect. And, niggas on Instagram nowadays is really just on there just to be some modeler or you doing business on Instagram. At this point, like having spams and all that shit, bro, like that shit is for the birds now. But, Instagram now is just, it turned into like, soft core. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's turning into soft core corn. And we got to realize, like, these apps got kids on there, bro. And I know there's probably a law. If I remember, somebody said there's a law being passed where now kids have to be like 18 or a certain age to have these social media apps. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we gotta teach people. We gotta teach our future generation of whatever we might have. We might have kids, nieces, unks, not aunties. We might turn into an auntie or uncle, whatever gender you are. And we got to teach these folks to stay away from that shit, bro, because that shit is so detrimental to people's development. And you got to realize, like, yeah, you got testosterone and estrogen build up, but you could use that stuff for something else. You feel me? Like, you could drain your energy by going for runs, lifting weights, going to the gym, or using it for, beneficial things like, just going outside, meditating, do something, like anything that is not within the lines of spanking your shit. You feel me? Because all that is just wasted time, bro. That shit you did when you was spanking your shit, bro, like, nigga, you could have used that energy or that time to do something else productive. And that's also why I just want to, like, stay away from that shit, because it's not productive. Like, that shit it's literally time wasting. And majority of the time, people who get hooked onto that shit, some of the people really be in relationships, ruining relationships. And, there's no worse feeling than thinking that you spanking your own meat is better than the girl, doing it for you, or your significant other is having intercourse with you. There's no reason to think that is better, unless if her shit is just straight up dry, like sandpaper, then that's tough. You just got to move on. But, we got to get away from that shit, man. And, the thing about it is, like, waking up, I know I got off track, but I always get off track because these videos ain't got no script. But the thing is like waking up in the morning is just so good, like hearing the birds chirping. And sometimes, when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I go for walks and I just be like, damn, like these walks feel so good. Like I'm seeing the neighbors that I usually never see before cutting the yard, or sometimes I see older folk going on walks and I sometimes come across them and talk to them a little bit. And, it's just that good feeling. And the sun is beaming in your face, especially if you're just that type of person that loves to get your day started, get that energy. Like, let's be real. The sun gives you some energy, my nigga. Let's be real. Like, the sun gives you energy. And that vitamin D, you need it, bro. You need it in your life. And I don't know. It's just something about it. It's just something about, it's just grateful, It's just something I'm so grateful for, and it's a blessing. Because it's like, when I remember I used to wake up at 1 p.m., used to wake up late as hell. And I used to feel so drained. Like, I used to feel so tired. And I think that's just because I'm using all that energy that I'm supposed to be saving up on shit that is literally frying my brain. Like, yeah, the dopamine is hitting. Yeah, that shit is like, it feels good getting them hours in with the guys on the game and shit. But as I got older, like I said before, it's like things change. Like, I want to start doing things different, like and it's along the lines of, like, for example, like me cutting my hair. Like, there was a point in time where I cut my hair because I felt like I was holding on to high school, middle school energy that I don't really want to hold on to anymore. And I know some people might be like, all right, this nigga's getting a little too, you might be a little weird, bro. You think hair is going to make you change? I don't know, man. Sometimes it helps you change, man. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like it helped me change a lot because when I cut my hair, that's when I got rid of the fear of, damn, what if I have a low cut? Like, is my forehead going to be big and shit like that? Like, that's just a small example. And, it's just something about getting with the time period, getting with your age. Start trying to, I feel like I just got to start connecting myself with things that is outside of just technology, especially when all I'm around is technology. Like, I got an Xbox, I'm talking through a phone, I got headsets on my head, I got fucking controllers all around me, I got TVs, I got laptop. My sister has a phone, my dad and my mom has a phone, they be on it. Like, they be sending me videos and, just being around cellular devices 24/7, like, it's almost like I'm living in fucking Detroit Become Human or something, like, and I don't want to be living in that life. I want to live in America. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just something about, just go. And if you have problems where you find yourself doing stuff like watching that type of stuff on your phone and shit like that, going on a Safari tab for 3 hours, and that's the most watch time. That's the most time you got on your phone is through a Safari browser. Start going to sleep early. Start trying to make yourself occupied. Those two things alone will help you get out of that cycle of watching corn, because a lot of the times we don't be doing shit, and that's why we end up doing it. We got to start saving our energy for something else. Shit, save your energy for a person that is willing to go crazy with you. You feel me? Start saving your energy for a girl or for the gym. Like, you gonna feel so good not releasing that energy to the floor. You feel me? Like, because once you release it to the floor, nigga, it's just it's nothing now. It's just dried up little juniors. You feel me? And, you're gonna feel bad because you're gonna be like, damn, like, I really could have been doing something else. And it's going to affect you in the long run. Like, it's going to be damn near like a necessity. Like, you're going to need to do that shit. Especially when you a young teenager, not getting no booty, not getting no girls, social life fucked up. And that's how cucks are made. That's how people who start buying OnlyFans are made. That's how, people who, you see them people in the videos, they be having fantasies. They be having fetishes of watching their girl getting fucked or some shit. Like, that's how all that shit happens. That's how when you see people dressing up and getting put on a leash and shit, on a dog chain and all type of shit, like, that's how that shit happens. By you just being so goddamn into the corn, like, shit is ruining your life. That shit right there, man, that shit ain't no game, bro. But yeah, please, y'all, if y'all watch your corn, man, please stop, bro. Because I'm letting you know right now, I've been through it. A lot of people in life been through it, dude. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth the nut, bro. Because all you're doing at the end of the day is just beating your shit to pixels. Beating your shit to shit that ain't even real. That person don't know you. And if anything, it's even more weird because that person don't even know you doing that shit. And the people that you doing it to, they soulless too. Nigga, they ain't got no soul. Nigga, every time they smile in the eyes wide as fucking, the teeth goddamn ear to ear. But it's like they glaring into your soul when they smile. It's not like a genuine smile where your face is actually changing. It's just only the teeth is going up and the eyes is getting wide. Cause it's like they seen some shit. And they seen some shit. Some of them got put into some bukakes. Some of them bitches got put into some full Nelsons. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they seen some shit, they felt some shit, and they've been, you know what I'm saying? That's tough. And, it's just, and God forbid you meet those people in real life. They have no personality. Like, all they really care about is, like, trying to get in your pants. Like, that's literally their personality. And like I said, some of it is built off trauma, which is sad because, you know, people at the end of the day, bro, these people that are in that industry, that's somebody's baby. You feel me? That's somebody's kid. And yeah, the parents might be like, oh yeah, you know, she's making money, she's happy. So if she's happy, I'm happy. Nigga, whole time, nigga, they probably putting fentanyl inside their water and about to down that shit with a bunch of bleach afterwards. Like, they trying to take themselves out. They trying to sit there and, you know, do the Joker pencil method. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell you, that shit is like, the people, the industry, the whole thing is just bad. So, man, all I gotta say is, man, get off that shit, bro. It's gonna be hard though if you addicted. It's gonna be very hard. But if you watching that shit, bro, I ain't gonna say you a bad person because shit, we human, nigga. We gonna end up, we all get horny. You feel what I'm saying? We all get horny. And not everyone in the world got girls, bro. Not everyone in the world got somebody they could call just to fuck on. But we got to be able to control ourselves. We got to be able to maintain our own energy. Got to be able to use our energy for something nice and productive and resourceful. I love each and every one of y'all. That's why I talk about shit like this. I know it kind of got all over the place, but I'm the type of nigga, I just love to yap, my nigga. Simple. But if you new, like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you relate to the topic at hand. And share this with anybody that got a corn addiction or a gunning addiction. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all stay positive. Y'all stay yourselves. Peace.